I am now for nursing and going to apply in the spring. And the service scholarship has helped me out a lot, not only financially but also getting active in my school. Before I had a service scholarship, I was back and forth to school and just going to class and leaving, and now I have made a lot of new friends and got to know the faculty here at Neosho.
A lot of the times I would just come and I'd work on my homework mainly just to kind of be by myself and stay just in my own zone. But working at the campus has made me like kind of connect with other students and help me kind of interact with things, and other instructors as well, like helping them with like finding students or helping students find instructors. It's made me just kind of stay at the campus a little bit longer and just be benefited by like all the time that I have with the campus and other students. I mean, it has benefited me very much because I pay for all of my schooling out of my own pocket. I haven't taken out any loans at all, but I'm working 3 jobs along with trying to go to school.
This is my second career coming into nursing, and I have 3 young children. And so this money has really helped me to financially be able to afford going back to school and pursue my dream of becoming a nurse. If I didn't have financial aid and the scholarships and things that I have, it would not have been possible for me to change careers. Nursing school is very demanding, and the time that you have to work is very limited, so I had to cut back my hours, and if I hadn't received the scholarships and the money that I did, I would not have been able to go back to school. I interviewed with every school in the area. I looked at every single opportunity that had nursing programs, and when I found Neosho, something just clicked inside of me. I just knew right away I had that kind of at-home feeling, and so it was my #1 choice, and I was so excited to get into the program.
The Foundation Scholarship has given me the opportunity to go to school with funds that aren't all borrowed, so I'll have less to pay back when it's over. That helps me a lot. I mean, it's peace of mind more than anything else. I'm married and I don't have any children, and currently my wife is the breadwinner of the family. I do work full-time, but it is not nearly what it was before I decided to change careers, and so the money I receive from the foundation helps me make up for some of the lost income that I don't get working in my current job, and that's a good thing for me. In some ways, the money I get from the foundation offsets the money I no longer earn working, and so it provides some peace of mind for us to pay the bills.
I did a little research on medical coding because I've always wanted to enter the medical field, and that seemed like all around the best option for me. So I'm going to do healthcare coding. It should take a couple of years probably. It might have been possible for me to go ahead and go to school, but it probably would have been slower. I wouldn't have taken a full load of classes like I can now. It's helped me just tie up the loose ends of the budget with books and supplies and things like that. Any little bit is helpful because I do have a job, but it's an as-needed job, and they haven't needed me much lately, so I kind of rely on that and stuff. So any additional help I got was really helpful.
When I chose to go ahead and re-enroll at Neosho, and when I say re-enroll, I mean the last time that I took classes through Neosho had been in high school, college credit courses and things of that nature. I went off on a dance team scholarship to another community college, and I found out that I was having my little man. He was quite a surprise. But that was my last semester of school, and I quickly found out that without a degree and without a lot more experience, which, right fresh out of high school, you don't have that much, there's not a lot of promising career or job opportunities. I had worked in sales after I was through with a few years of working in childcare, and it was a lot of work, and it wasn't something that I loved. It wasn't for me, and that's not to say that it's not a good area to work in, but it wasn't what it was going to work to make money. I wasn't going to work because I was doing something that I wanted to do. And it occurred to me that I'm not equipped for that. Some people possess the ability to go to work for a paycheck, and I don't. Unfortunately for me at the time, the things that I wanted to do with my life, I couldn't do without a college education. So I began to search for the perfect place to continue my education and tried to financially work through how I was going to pay for school. And it was incredibly daunting. Despite being a single mother, no child support, just mommy and me, and it's amazing that every dollar, every cent is spoken for every month. There was no wiggle room, and I've been, in situations, I've been at low lows and in a place where I don't know how I'm going to come up with the money to feed both myself and my son. And it was really difficult, and it was scary for me. Speaking with different schools and, trying with every fiber of my being to figure out how I could make this happen, I came across Neosho, and shortly before I, contemplated returning to school here at Neosho, I had to move back into my parents' home with my son, and it was a really desperate and difficult time for both, financially for myself and my son, and it was terrifying not knowing what was going to happen with my future. And I just hated that I had lost my independence to the extent that I was living with my parents not by choice, but because that was the only way to put a roof over my son's head and make sure that he was taken care of. And that was a terrible feeling. I'm an incredibly independent person, and so it was really hard to fail. I came in and I bit the bullet, and I talked with the admissions department, and it was amazing to me how I was so tense and so stressed and so afraid of taking this next step. It's hard to contemplate paying for books when you don't know how you're going to pay for diapers. And so I came in and I got to speaking with the admissions department and talking with financial aid and everybody here at this school, and every single person had a solution for every single difficulty and roadblock for me. Everything that kept me from returning to school sooner was gone. I didn't have those obstacles anymore, and it was such an incredible thing. Everybody here was willing to, they were excited that I made it through the doors because that's all it took, and they were heartbroken that it had taken me so long because they had the answers here. I was offered a work-study scholarship. I had people walk me through financial aid for my Pell Grants. And my work-study scholarship covered my books and tuition, and my student fees were covered by the Scholarship Foundation. But I came here, and I got nothing lower than an A in every single class that I took, and there is no way that I would have been able to do that had I been bearing the weight and the stress that comes with the financial burden of going back to school. But Neosho and everybody here bent over backwards to make certain that I wouldn't have to experience that stress and that difficulty. And it went from, I don't know how I'm going to do this, to I'm doing it, and I did it, and I graduated with honors, and my GPA was just below a 4.0, and I was accepted into a remarkable sociology program at a 4-year, and through the work that I've been allowed to have, and I've been given the opportunity to take part in, my life, if you would have told me a few short years ago that I would be a college graduate with just a small handful of semesters left before I am done with all of my education, and ready to have the career that I've always wanted, I would have laughed and I would have maybe cried after that because it seemed like such a pipe dream. But coming here, a lot of doors were open. Even on the worst and most difficult and trying days, because of being given these opportunities and having my needs met, am able to go to a job where I'm needed and where my presence makes a difference. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without all the help and support from the Scholarship Foundation. And thanks to the school, I am a few short semesters away from being a teacher and doing what I love. And I wouldn't have been able to do that and do that debt-free. I'm almost done with my education and I have no personal debt and no student debt because of the doors that the scholarship opportunities, that the Scholarship Foundation opened up for me.
I really want to thank the Neosho Foundation for the scholarship that they gave me to help me with my education.
Thank you.
Thank you, Neosho Foundation.
Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Neosho County Scholarship Foundation. Your donations have impacted my life and my family. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate your donation to this campus.
To everybody who played a part in making me proud of myself and giving my son something to be proud of, thank you.